If you make videos for YouTube, for your online business, or even just for social media, at some point you had to ask yourself, which video editor should I actually use? And the problem is not that there are not enough options. The problem is there are too many. And a lot of them look similar on the surface. So today I want to give you my honest breakdown of the top 5 video editors in 2026. I will tell you what each one is actually good for and for what type of user it works the best. Because the best editor for a professional filmmaker is not the same one as for a blogger who just wants clean, good-looking videos without spending hours learning the tool. And if you're new here, my name is Anastasia and I've been creating YouTube videos for about 7 years now. So I have tried lots of video tools myself over the years. And if you want to jump straight to a specific video editing tool in this video, you can also check the timestamps below. They will be in the video description. The first on my list is CapCut. If you spend any time on TikTok or Instagram Reels, you have seen videos made with CapCut. It is extremely popular, it's free, and it has a lot of built-in effects and templates that make it easy to create short-form content fast. So what's the catch? A few things. First, CapCut is primarily a mobile app. There is a desktop version, but it was built for mobile first, and you can feel that when you use it on a computer. The interface can feel a bit cluttered, and it's not the most comfortable experience on a big screen. Second, the free versus paid situation. It's a bit confusing as they vary by operation system. And they change all the time. The free version could allow you to do something today, but not tomorrow. See, I can only download in HD quality, not in 4K, and only 3 videos on the free plan. Watermarks may appear or disappear. Auto subtitles may be available one day and hidden the next. So in general, who is CapCut best for? I think it's best for mobile-first creators who are mostly making short videos for TikTok, Reels, or YouTube Shorts. If that is you, it is a great free starting point. But if you mostly work on a computer and you need something more stable and predictable, let's talk about the next option. The second editor on my list is Movavi Video Editor, and they're also the sponsor in this section of the video. But I would definitely include Movavi on this list anyway, and you will see why in a few moments. If you want to follow along and test how the software works for yourself, then download Movavi and try it for free using the link in the description. And when you're ready to upgrade, you can also use my coupon code Anastasia to get 25% off. And I want to start here with something honest. When I was talking about CapCut just now, I mentioned a few things that bother me about it. And Movavi actually addresses a lot of those problems directly. So let me show you what I mean. First, Movavi specializes in editing on computers. It is designed for people who want a clean, easy editing experience on a desktop, not a mobile app that was moved to a desktop later. Let's go through a bit of comparison with CapCut because this is where it gets interesting. First, both tools have automatic captions on their paid plans, but the experience is very different. In CapCut, the subtitles interface is buried inside a crowded menu, and it can take a while to find what you need. See, I generated the subtitles using these buttons on the left, but then to find different templates of the subtitles, I had to first left-click on them and then look all the way across the screen to the right corner. Overall, it wasn't intuitive. In Movavi, you first generate auto subtitles, and right here, through this Style button, you get over 30 ready-made subtitle styles right on the toolbar. You pick one, click Generate, and your captions appear on the timeline. You can then customize the font, color, and position. It is just much faster and easier to work with. The next feature is auto crop with object tracking. If you need to reformat your video, for example, from a horizontal YouTube video to a vertical format for shorts or reels, then Movavi has an auto crop feature that actually tracks the subject in your video and keeps them in frame automatically as the crop follows them. In fact, if you watch this comparison carefully, you will see that Movavi does a better job with auto crop compared to CapCut. Next is highlight and conceal tracking. This is a feature that I think a lot of content creators will appreciate. Let's say you want to blur out a logo, a face, or any object that moves through your video. Or on the opposite side, maybe you want to highlight something and keep it in focus while the rest of the frame is blurred. Movavi has a tracking tool that follows the object automatically as it moves. You don't have to do it frame by frame. CapCut doesn't have this on desktop at all. Now, aside of the comparison with CapCut, I just wanted to show you my favorite feature in Movavi, it's silence removal. It's great for anyone who records talking head videos or tutorials like I do a lot on this channel. See here, in a lot of parts of this video here, there is no audio. That's when I wasn't ready to talk, or I was moving or fixing the camera, and Movavi can automatically detect and cut out the silences or pauses in your video. So all those moments where you stopped to think, or you took a breath, or you just had dead air, Movavi finds them and removes them for you. See, all these cuts here appeared on the timeline, and I just had to make one click instead of watching the whole video and removing this manually. For anyone who edits long videos, this alone can save you a lot of time. So when you look at all of this together, better cropping, the object tracking, the cleaner chroma key, the included auto captions, Movavi is a much more complete desktop editing tool. And the interface is still clean and beginner-friendly. You don't need to be a professional to use it, and Movavi's pricing is flexible. You can start with a free trial to try everything out. Just keep in mind that the free version adds a watermark and limits exports to 60 seconds. So it is just for testing. And if you decide you like it, you can go with a monthly plan or an annual plan. You can download Movavi using my partner link in the description, and when you're ready to upgrade, use my coupon code Anastasia to get 25% off. And with an annual subscription, you get a free 7-day Effects Store trial during installation by checking the corresponding box. Okay, so the editor number 3 on my list is Davinci Resolve. And this one is interesting because it is completely free, not a limited free trial, it's actually free with a very powerful set of features. It is the tool that professional film editors and colorists use. So you're getting a professional grade editor at zero cost. So why it isn't number 1 on my list? Well, because it looks like the cockpit on an airplane. If you open Davinci Resolve for the first time, you will see a very complex interface with multiple pages, panels, and settings. It's not something that you figure out in an afternoon. There is a real learning curve here. So who is Davinci Resolve best for? It is best for people who are serious about learning video editing properly and don't mind investing time into it. If you want to grow your skills and eventually do more advanced editing, like color grading, audio mixing, visual effects, Davinci Resolve is an incredible free tool to grow into. But if you just want to edit your videos and publish them without spending weeks learning the software, then it might be not the right starting point. Number 4 on my list is iMovie. And if you are on a Mac and you have never edited a video before in your life, iMovie is probably the first place you should start. It is free, it comes pre-installed on Mac and iPhone, and it is very easy to use. You can cut clips, add music, add titles, and export a decent-looking video without any experience at all. The limitations are obvious though. It is Apple only, so if you are on Windows, this is not an option, and it is quite basic. You will not find advanced color correction, lots of effect options, or anything close to what the other tools on this list offer. But as a free starting point for Mac users, it is really hard to beat. If you're just getting started and you're not ready to pay for anything yet, then start with iMovie. And number 5 is Adobe Premiere Pro. This is the industry standard. If you look at what professional video editors, filmmakers, and big YouTube channels use, A lot of them are on Premiere Pro. It is a very powerful tool with pretty much every feature you could ever need. So why is it number 5 on my list and not number 1? Well, because it's not for everyone. And I want to be honest with you about that. First, the price. Premiere Pro is a subscription. If you want to work as an individual, it costs around $22 per month or about $260 per year if you pay annually, or $38 per month or $455 per year if you are a business. This is a significant investment, especially if you're just starting out. Second, the learning curve is real. When you open Premiere Pro for the first time, it's not immediately obvious how everything works. There are panels, workspaces, settings. It takes time to get comfortable with it. So who is Premiere Pro actually for? I would say it's for people who are already producing a lot of video content and they need advanced features. Things like multi-camera editing, advanced color grading, detailed audio mixing. Second, it's for people who work with a team or clients and they need professional grade tool. And it's also for people who want to grow into a career in video editing or video production. But if you're a blogger or just a course creator who just needs clean, good-looking videos, honestly, look at one of the tools that I mentioned earlier in this video. They will serve you better and cost you less. But if you are at a point where you have outgrown simpler editors and you are ready to invest in a professional tool, Premiere Pro is the tool that most people move to. So let me quickly summarize. First, CapCut is free. It's great for mobile and short-form content, but it can be inconsistent with what is actually free there. Second, Movavi. It's a clean desktop editor for Mac and Windows. It's easy to use, great AI tools, good for bloggers and course creators. 3, Davinci Resolve. It's free and very powerful, but it has a steep learning curve. It's best for those who want to grow into professional editing. 4, iMovie. It's free, simple, Mac only. It's a great starting point for absolute beginners. And Adobe Premiere Pro is the industry standard. It's professional and powerful, but it comes with a higher price and a bigger learning curve. It's best when you're ready to take your video production to the next level. So I hope this helped you figure out which one makes sense for you. And if you have questions about any of these tools, then leave them in the comments below. And if you want to see more videos about tools and strategies for growing your online business, then hit subscribe so you don't miss my next video. I'll see you there.